EKJ 24,000 here. Hey man, we out here today just trying to tune up and just teach our RC family how to tune a Reds engine. It's a little bit different from tuning like a OS or a Nova or a any OS base, Nova base, Pico. They're a little bit different to tune. A lot of people that get these Reds engines always say they're hard to tune, or either the tune is not how they like it. And a lot of times it be people try to tune them like you would tune an OS or a Nova or a Pico. So basically today, what I'm gonna break down, I've done tuning videos in the past, but today we're gonna get this Reds 521 sport engine tuned up. That's what I have in my bucket right now, because that's how, what I've been practicing with and everything. And then maybe on, it's not too much different than tuning a 3-needle carb. It's gonna be a 2-needle carburetor, no mid-speed needle to tune on this engine. But it's no different. The process is the same, just with the mid needle. You can turn it in just a little bit just to clear up that mid-range. If you want just a smooth mid-range, RPM rev from bottom to the RPM range to the top of the RPM range. You want that to be a smooth transition all the way up. And with that middle speed needle, you can do that. So but today we're just gonna focus on this 2-needle carburetor and get that tuned in. Like I said, it's basically the same thing. So let's jump on it, knock it out, and then maybe I can do some tuning, and maybe we can tell the difference between how people try to tune the Reds engines like you would. The most common one is the OS engines. A lot of people try to tune the Reds engines like an OS engine, and that would run like that, but you really have to be really on point with your needle settings to make it run good like you would tune an OS engine. The only big difference is the tuning process is just with this Reds, you have to just turn that idle up just a little higher than you would an OS. So we're gonna go through all that, break it down so you can see the difference, and we're gonna get this knocked out. EKJ 24,000 here. Beautiful Monday. Getting ready to knock this out. And yeah, if you ain't ripping, you're tripping. Stay tuned. Let me put my head mount on. Alright. Here we go. Okay, what we got going today, like I said, it's the 521 sport engine. That's in my bucket. That's the engine that I run, especially club races and practice. Real reliable, good power. Like I said, it's just a 2-needle carb with the high end needle here, and then you have the low end needle here on the side. As you can see right here, there's no mid-speed needle. There's no mid-speed needle right here. High-end needle here on top. Low on the side right here. Right here. So it's really rich right now. As far as glow plug, I got a the TS3 plug, basically the same like an OSP3 plug in here right now. So we're gonna run that. Like I said, I'm running TNR fuel. So like I said, we're gonna start with this high end needle first. Just get the RPMs back up. Get the RPMs up where they're supposed to be. Here we go. Ease into it, really rich as you can see. We're gonna start here. Hot end needle, an hour. So we went an hour, like 5 minutes, like on the clock. Hot end needle. You see just that 1 hour? See, it's waking it up a little bit. RPMs. It's clearing out better on the hot end. We're gonna bring it back. We'll go another hour here. Ease into it because it's really rich. High end RPM. See, it's getting better. So we're gonna bring it back. Another hour. With another, okay. With another, we say an hour, but it's like 5 minutes increments. How to, like the hour hand, like the minute hand on the clock goes 5 minutes for like 1 o'clock, 1:05. That's how far I'm turning that high end needle. And we're gonna see how the high end, the top speed of the engine improves. Y'all help me watch these cars coming now. See how much cleaner it sounds? We can go a little bit more. We can go a little bit more. We ain't reaching the max RPM range yet. Okay. All right, we with another 5 minutes, like a minute hand on the clock, increment on the high end needle. All right, you can see how the RPM, high end RPM range is now. Much better. Much better. You want one more? One more increment. See, that real smooth. See that? Get a little extra in. That's you getting your max RPMs on the high end. So the high end is good right there. gonna let this car pass, and we're gonna try one more pass. You can hear what I'm. So you can hear the extra little peak. Okay, high end good. Now, since the engine was so rich, okay, now it's still sluggish on the bottom end, and you can hear the engine running on. So now all we're gonna do now is work on the bottom end and the idle screw. Bottom end and idle screw for here on out. Clear it out. We're going to the bottom end, which is here. Alright, I went lean. I turned it bottom end, needle in. Same amount. 5-minute increments like on the clock. Call it an hour. In RC terms. I got a car coming behind me, so. See how much quicker the low end response is? So see how it's idling up? We're gonna turn this idle screw down some. Okay. Clear it out. Check the low end. We're checking the low end response. Smooth. That's not bad. As you see. As you see in here, the idle's more smoother. Clear it out. So it's like another car. Another car coming. But you can see how quicker the low end response is. Smooth. It's a little ball. We're gonna go another hour. We're gonna let this car pass on the low end. Clear it out. We went another hour. 5-minute increments on the low end. Lean it out to the right. And we're gonna check the low end response. See how crisp it is off the start. See, that's not bad. Not bad at all. High end good. real good right there. I think I might need some more fuel though. Yeah. So, got a car coming. But yeah, we had a good point right here. But the low end could be a little bit crisper. I'm just gonna do one more hour on the low. I might go a quarter of a turn. I might not do a 5-minute increment because it's real good right here. I might just go a quarter of, not rid of full 5 minutes, a half of that, a quarter of that on that low end. I'm gonna load it up. Now let's check the low end response. That's not bad. But now what I want to do now, low end response. It's good. See how high it's idling though? We're gonna drop the idle down a little, one more notch. But it's stable. Okay. See? 1, 2, 3. We can go one more. We're gonna do another one more quarter turn on the bottom end. Just get that little hesitation out. Okay, when a quarter turn on that bottom. See, much smoother. See now, we got it where it hold a steady idle for at least 8 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, we got a good spot. We can hold a steady idle, smooth, consistent idle for about 8 to 10 seconds before it actually drops down even lower. See, watch. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000, 8 1,000, 9 1,000, 10 1,000, 11 1,000, 12 1,000. See, 12 1,000, it dropped down a little bit lower. See, we good right here. We good right here. High end and low end, we good right here. But if I was at a race, just to be on the safe side, I would bump up the idle just maybe a quarter turn. See, I bumped up the idle that quarter turn. That just ensure me in the main, when I come off the throttle, when I come in for a fuel stop, when I come out the pits and hit that first corner, see how the RPMs drop when I hit the brakes? So I drop down and I come up a little bit. That's my little buffer safety zone, so it won't die on down. See, if I actually could run the idle a little bit lower and still be pretty good, and be pretty safe. But with that little buffer zone right there, where the idle kind of high right there, that just ensure me that when I come off a turn, or even when I come out the pits with fresh fuel, it's gonna richen up a little bit anyway. That just ensure me that my engine gonna stay running. See that little rev right there? Just ensure me, I could drop it down lower than that, for real. But that just right there ensure me that it's gonna stay running. See, I can go lower. See right there. See, that's good right there. And still give me a little bit more buffering with that little bit of raise in the RPM range. See, that's good right there. Now you see how I stop, how I low it drop? See? See, I would raise it'll run right there good. Especially with a fresh engine, it'll run right there good. But just ensure yourself, raise the idle up just a little. And like I said in the beginning of the video, now if I tune it like an OS, this is how it would sound. The idle already low like an OS. See there? See? When you tune like an OS, that's what happens. Cause the OS run its idle so low, it's gonna cut out. Most of the time when you tune your engine for reds, similar to the OS style. But it'll run now. What I'm doing is I leaned out the bottom end. See, this more like an OS style, or OS engine tuning style. Let me clear it out. See, look. See, listen how low it drops. Hold on. See, to run it this style, you really have to pay attention, and you got to have that low end lean just right to keep it from cutting off, to keep it at that low, very, 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 very low OS style tuning idle. So what I just did is I leaned out my low end again, 2 hours, which is like 10 minutes on the clock, to get it more like that OS tuning style, OS engine tuning style. See how low it is? That's OS. See how low? That's OS. See? OS. But look, go on brakes. Look how low. Look how low it's gonna drop down. See? So I'm going back to the reds. So I'm gonna lean this low in 2 hours. reaching up it. I'm gonna do it out there on the street. Get some more fuel. See, look how low it is. See, that's OS. Bring the idle up. We're gonna go there. Okay, what I did was I turned back up the idle. And lean. I turned back up the idle and reaching up the low end. 2 hours. See? See, it's not dropping down as much, but the idle's still high. I'm gonna turn the idle down just a little bit. To get it back to the red style of tuning. I really could lean that lower one more time. There you go. I'm gonna lean this low end 1 hour. Okay. They're clean. That's a little buffer zone. See, it's holding. Now it's holding for at least 8 seconds. Just when you pick, man, put your car down. When you say down and quiet, go. See? I'm gonna drop it down a little more for me. pretty good. What up, bro? Huh? I ain't got no change on me, bro. So that'd be pretty good right there. That's how you do it, y'all. That's it. The red style of tuning compared to OS or Nova Rossi. Like I said, just take your time with your engine. Listen to it. As you notice, I didn't use no temp gun. I'm looking at the smoke coming out the pipe. I actually could really reaching up the high end a little bit. Just if you kind of nervous about leaning out that high so much to get the higher range or the RPM range, just reaching it up at the end. There you go. Well, y'all, hope we learned something. Hold on. But yeah, we back. Well, yeah, y'all, hope we learned something right then. Like I say, the more you get your cars out, put them in the street. It's not gonna hurt your car at all. Put it in the street, in the yard. It really is best to do it at home because you got the time you need. You're not rushed. When you do it at home, you can really listen to your engines and see and hear how it's running, how it's reacting to certain needle adjustments. When you got time to do it at home, you can figure some stuff out. So when you get to the track, you can tune it up and get it where it's supposed to be. Excuse me, y'all. In a quicker fashion, you know, you get it up to tune faster when you did your homework at home. So it's EKJ 24000, just showing you the difference and how easy it is to tune a Reds engine. Don't believe the hype. People say it's hard to tune. This ain't that, because they're trying to tune it to every engine that they have, and this engine is a little bit different. Just run a higher idle with your RPM range just smooth and good like mine was, and the low end, a quick response with smoke coming out the pipe. You're in a good range right there, and then you can fine tune from there. If you want the idle to be lower, you just have to really lean out that bottom end just to keep the idle consistent, where hold the idle and sit for 8 to 9 seconds. That's kind of more towards that OS style of tuning. But if you do it like I just did it, the red style, you can have a little peak of idle coming up just a little bit, and you're in that good range. You got that buffer range. So yeah, it's easy. EKJ 24000. If you rip, you're tripping. Actions speak louder than words. Y'all stay tuned. RC Lounge podcast is coming back. Just in this drop transition stuff, trying to get money back right and more consistent like it was before I switched and everything with my jobs and stuff. So EKJ will be back at the track very soon. And the podcast coming back. I already got some stuff lined up with a couple of ladies in the RC and some guys. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all gonna figure out and know more about who's coming up on the podcast. EKJ 24000 out.